Willie D Live.
What's up, family? He would be really upset with his parents about how they went about the situation. I think he would want the truth and he would search for answers. Those are words from Tracestin, Nolan Wells' best friend, one of his best friends. They just tend to throw best friend around a lot, really strongly in Ocean Springs. I guess everybody's a best friend. At the very least, a friend, right? Especially if you're suspected of perhaps having some involvement in his murder. This guy, Tracestin, I do not like him at all. That's the one, who had his arms folded in the Tatum interview. Yeah, that's the one who threatened Ben Carson, who threatened Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton. That's the one who said they don't know who they're messing with. This dude actually said that if Nolan could come up dig himself out of his grave, he would be mad. I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said he would be mad at his parents about his parents, the way that they're behaving, the way that they're seeking justice for their son. Nolan would be so upset that he would return. He would return from the grave and check his parents. This dude is wild. He's really wild. It is absolutely amazing how people that are the closest to you feel about you. When you figure out how they really feel about you, I guess Nolan never had that opportunity, but his parents know. This dude, the way he disrespects Nolan's parents, ain't no way he was Nolan's best friend. There's no way possible he was Nolan's friend at all. This dude said, I think he would want the truth and he would search for answers. He would want the truth and he would search for answers. I thought y'all said he drowned. I thought y'all said it had to be a terrible accident. So if he drowned, if it was just an accident, what truth would Nolan want? You see? What answers would he be searching for? Let him talk. Just all you got to do is let him talk and hit that record button. Just let him talk. Hit the record button first so you don't miss anything. Hit the record button and just let them talk. They'll talk their way right into the jail cell. All they got to do is go back and start comparing notes. They'll talk their way right into the jail cell. Did Nolan Wells' friends really leave him on an island all by himself with some girl that they say they didn't know? Come to find out they did know the girl. Why would they say they didn't know the girl if they actually knew the girl? At first they were saying they didn't know, and then when it was found out, it was discovered that they did know the girl. That conversation just kind of went away. But I'm bringing it back. So turns out they knew the girl who they say they didn't know. Why would they lie about something so simple? Right? Why? Family, the dude said, I just can't get over that. He said that Nolan would be searching for answers. Hold up, man. Hold up. Stop the press. If Nolan Wells died accidentally, if he drowned, and his friends believe they already know what happened to him, why is one of those friends now talking about searching for the truth and finding answers? Answers to what? Because that statement just opened the door that I don't think Tracestin Shepherd intended to open. And before anybody twists my words, let me make something crystal clear. I'm not saying Tracestin Shepherd admitted Nolan Wells was murdered. He didn't. I'm not saying he admitted anybody killed Nolan. He didn't. I'm asking a much simpler question. If you believe Nolan accidentally drowned, what truth are you still looking for? Because that's where this gets interesting. Yeah, fam. I thought we already had an answer. I thought y'all already had the answer to what happened. Y'all want us to believe that he accidentally drowned. Y'all want us to believe that with hundreds of people on Horn Island that day, somehow Nolan ends up floating in the water and nobody, I mean nobody saw him. Tracestin, who are you trying to protect? Because allegedly you wasn't even on that boat. So did you get a call? Did you get a visit? Did somebody say, Tracestin, we need you to say something. You're an independent witness. We need your testimony. All of us were on the boat, so that might rule us out. But you didn't get on the boat, so you can testify to Nolan's state of mind. You can say that you saw him go get on the boat too. I'm not sure if that's what he said, but I'm sure a conversation like that could have likely taken place. According to the account we've heard surrounding Nolan's disappearance, Nolan drowned. It was an accident. Nobody hurt him. Nobody did anything to him. Okay, if that's what you believe, happened, then presumably you believe you already know the basic truth about how your friend died. But now Tracestin reportedly says Nolan would want the truth and that he would continue searching for answers. Now wait a god doggone minute. God darn it. Those words matter, fam. The truth, answers. What truth? What answers? Because you can't tell the public on one hand, essentially, there's nothing sinister here. Nolan drowned, while also saying, I'm going to search for answers. Maybe there's a specific or perfectly good reason of an explanation. I need to hear it. I need to hear it, Tracy. I need to hear it. You got some, got different kinds of answers, But let me be clear. Wanting answers does not automatically mean that somebody's been murdered. I just happen to think Nolan was murdered. And I happen to think his friends did it. That's right, I said it. I ain't gonna beat around the bush with y'all. I ain't playing with y'all, man. I think they did it. I don't know which one of them landed the fatal blow. I don't know which one of them did it. But I think his friends killed him. Absolutely, I believe his friends killed him. And I think his friends are going to get away with murder. I think they're going to get away with murder. The audacity of them to try to sue other people for, like they all the way out of pocket as friends, number one. But the audacity of them to try to sue people because people are asking questions and they're constantly painting themselves into corners, and people are making it easy for people to point the fingers at them. That speaks volume. Yeah. Speaks volume. Maybe Tracestin wants to know precisely how Nolan ended up in the water. Maybe. I noticed that he didn't answer or ask any questions uh, to that end. He didn't ask any questions. He didn't say, I don't know what happened. I really would like to know what happened. You know, it's eating me alive. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It's eating me alive. Maybe Tracestin wants to know exactly what happened. Maybe he wants to understand Nolan's movements that night. Maybe he questions the timeline. Maybe he wants to know why Nolan wasn't found sooner. Maybe he's talking about answers for Nolan's family. All of that is possible. But that's exactly why I want somebody to ask him, Tracestin, what answers are you looking for? And don't you try to give me no philosophical answer. Don't tell me everybody deserves the truth. We agree with that. We're on point. Got you. I'm asking specifically, what don't you know? I'm asking specifically, what do you know? I should have been interviewing Buddy. I should have interviewed him. I'd have got him. I would have followed up when he said that piece about I think he would want the truth and would search for answers. I would have pounced all over that. Hold on. What you just say? Hold on, what you just say? You say he would want the truth and search for answers. If it was an accident, if he drowned, what is he searching for? He already got the answer. Right or wrong? I think what Nolan wants, if Nolan had a choice, is justice. I think Nolan wants justice for Nolan, just like so many other people who are civilized. It is the uncivilized who don't want justice for Nolan. The uncivilized are akin to the uncivilized who laughed at Trayvon Martin's death. They laughed at Tamir Rice's death, Sonia Massey. They laughed at George Floyd. They laughed at Breonna Taylor. They laughed at every single atrocity that has ever struck the Black community. We're talking about uncivilized much here, family. If I was interviewing Tracestin, my very first question would be, so you said you're searching for answers. What question about Nolan's death remained unanswered for you? And then I just shut up and let him talk. No more talk.